Okay, so we are live now. Welcome to this session on Code M, where M stands for the mind. And this session is about learning how to decode the mind. So I welcome all the young programming students, all the engineering students, all the coders out there. Or if you're not a coder and yet you are here, you're welcome any which ways because everybody has a mind and it's relevant for everybody. So I'm going to request you to have a pen and a paper handy. We're not going to learn any code or practice any code, but in case you like something, you want to jot it down, it's nice to have a pen and a paper handy with you. Right? So we'll soon also have Rishabh joining us from Coding Mafia and the person who has helped put this whole thing together today. So my name is Virat, not Kohli. My name is Virat Chidanya, and currently I'm in Mumbai. But in the lockdown, geographical locations have no meaning, so we are all online. I grew up in different parts of India, and I did my engineering from Mumbai, and I did my master's from New York. And interestingly, I never wanted to become an engineer. I don't know how many out there are in the same boat as me, but in India, it's quite set. 10 standard, good marks, science, okay marks, commerce, bad marks, arts. Done. You have no choice in this. Yes or no? No, although I can't see you, but I'm imagining that all of you are there watching me, and I'm looking at the chat on my screen. So you can chat with me. If you like something, you can say yes, no, share your opinions. If you have a question, you can put it in the chat window. So keep the chat alive, guys. Can you all let me know if you can hear me fine? Like show me a thumbs up, something on the chat window, so I know you can see me and hear me fine. All right, so I have your clearance. So as I was saying, India में बहुत set होता है ना, तो unfortunately or fortunately, I stood first in my 10th standard board exams. अभी board के results आए हैं. So it's such a big deal in India. I don't know why, because 11th में admissions मिलने के बाद आज तक किसी ने 10th का marks पूछा नहीं है. Yes or no? And 12th के बाद first year में admissions मिलने के बाद कोई 12th का marks पूछता नहीं है. Yet we think it's a very big deal. Maybe back then it is. But as you go on in life, you realize that many other things are far more important. Recently, I made a list of 5 things what I thought I should have been taught in school, but I wasn't taught in school. And I'm sure you have a list of such things. है ना, लगता है कि यार ये क्यों नहीं सिखाया स्कूल में बॉस, इतना कुछ फालतू का बकवास सिखाया, उससे अच्छा तो यही सिखा देते. And one of those things on my list, which I feel I should have learned in school, but I didn't, was how do I deal with my mind? How do I deal with my emotions? As a young person, even in college, you have so many emotions in your mind, right? पूरा दिन इतना कुछ होता है कॉलेज में और समझ नहीं आता कि इसको डील कैसे करना है यार, right? On the football field, on the cricket field, you have to perform under pressure. That intense moment, how do you stable your mind that time? Or your first crush, or the rejection from the first crush, or you fall in this love triangle and you have no clue how to deal with these emotions in your mind. घर पे बता नहीं सकते, mom dad के साथ, भाई बहन के साथ share नहीं कर सकते, and you go and talk to your friend. Hello, अरे उसकी तो खुद की लुटिया डूबी हुई है यार, वो तुम्हें क्या बताएगा, उसके तो खुद 3 ब्रेकअप्स हो चुके हैं, उसको अगर ये सब आता होता तो वो खुद का जीवन सॉल्व कर लेता ना. And somehow we don't really get any insights into decoding the mind, isn't it? The creator of the universe, God or nature or whatever you call it, wrote a very sophisticated piece of code when he designed the human being. Absolutely magnificent piece of machinery. Would you agree? Yes or no? The human mind is actually the most advanced piece of machinery out there. Right now we are using technology, and the mind which created the technology is even more intelligent than the technology itself. Yes or no? Agree, disagree? You can keep shooting in the chat. I keep reading your messages, right? Yeah. So how do you decode the mind? What is the mind, first of all? Is there a physical location of the mind somewhere in the body? You have a brain, a physical location, but is there a physical location of the mind? Not really. And what do you do with the mind? You perceive the whole world via the mind. For example, you're sitting in your classroom in your lecture, and 1 घंटे का lecture है, and तुमने पूरा lecture सुना, but अंदर कुछ भी नहीं गया. Why does that happen? I'm sure this happens to everybody, isn't it? In fact, Indian students have mastered this art of sleeping with their eyes open. Yes or no? ऐसे तुम टीचर को देखते हो जैसे तुम्हें सब कुछ समझ में आ रहा है, बिल्कुल सिंसियरिटी टपकती है तुम्हारे चेहरे से, but you know that you are somewhere else. So your ears are listening, but unless your mind is there, you don't register anything. Yeah, you're lost in your own world, and sometimes you're walking and आपका friend सामने से आता है, you see that person, but you don't register. So the mind sees through the eyes, the mind hears through the ears. And the mind is the faculty which takes the information from the outside world and puts it in the inside world. But what generally happens to the mind? अच्छा चलो एक बात बताओ. Everybody out there wants to be successful? Yes or no? Yes? Yeah, I can see on your chats, everybody saying yes. So you want to be successful. Okay. So tell me, what skills will you need to be successful? Yeah. What does a programming coaching class or a programming class or a teacher or school does not teach you, which you need to be successful out there? क्या चाहिए आपको बताओ? कामयाब होने के लिए, अगर आपको कामयाब होना है, whatever your definition of success is, whether it is, 7-figure salary or 6 packs or, whatever it is, what do you need to be successful? What kind of skills will you need to be successful? Yeah, some of you are saying soft skills, patience, control over the mind, communication ability, decision-making ability, time management, isn't it? Emotional intelligence. Yeah? Apart from your coding and domain knowledge, you will need all these other skills, dedication, yeah, creative thinking, thinking out of the box. ये सारे skills हमें चाहिए successful होने के लिए. In fact, I sat for an interview by Microsoft. So मेरा जब masters खत्म हुआ, my masters was in information management from Syracuse University in New York. And I remember campus पे placement के लिए Microsoft आया. It was a big craze for such a company, right? For many of you, it might be the dream company, all this Google and Microsoft and Facebook. In fact, today we are going to have two people who are going to share with you, one from Facebook and one from Microsoft and ex-Google, on what made them successful. I'm sure you would want to hear what they did right in their careers so that they got so far, right? So stick around till the end of this session. So I remember I sat for the Microsoft interview and मैं अपना सारा जो domain knowledge है, database analysis and all the things that we had learned throughout 2 years of masters, security के फंडे and cyber security, ये सब मैं बिल्कुल तैयार करके गया था. And the questions they asked me had nothing to do with my domain expertise. इसे डोमेन एक्सपर्टीज के लिए तो हम तुम्हें एक एप्टीट्यूड टेस्ट दे देंगे यार, उसमें पता पड़ जाएगा हमको. राइट नाउ वी वांट टू टेस्ट हाउ यू थिंक. सो वन ऑफ द क्वेश्चंस दैट इज आस्क्ड इन इंटरव्यूज दीज डेज इज, फॉर एग्जांपल, इफ यू आर फ्रॉम बॉम्बे, सडनली इफ आई आस्क यू, इमेजिन आप इंटरव्यू में बैठे हो, लेट्स इमेजिन दिस, यू आर सिटिंग इन द इंटरव्यू एंड द इंटरव्यूअर आस्क्स यू, ओके, हाउ मेनी पेट्रोल पंप्स आर देयर इन द सिटी ऑफ बॉम्बे? बॉम्बे में कितने पेट्रोल पंप्स है? Now what would you say? What answer would you give? Right? Like somebody might say more than one, somebody might say many, or you might throw a number at me, 500. Yeah. Now, if the minute you throw a number at me, what will be my next question? Whatever answer you give me, what will be my next question? How? If you say a number, how, right? The interesting thing is, do you think the guy who's asking you the question, the interviewer, do you think he knows the answer? Probably not. Yeah? Do you think he really cares about the answer? Whether you got the answer right? No. What is he trying to test? In a stress interview, what is he trying to test? Yeah, he's trying to test कि तुम्हारा दिमाग चलता है क्या भाई? प्रेशर में तुम परफॉर्म कर सकते हो क्या? हट के सोच सकते हो क्या? Yeah? And there are many tests like that, which test your creative thinking. Now, which test your confidence, which test your communication ability. Where are all these skills? जो भी skills आपने बताए successful होने के लिए, where are all these skills? In the mind. Yes or no? Confidence. Where is confidence? In the mind. Where is lack of confidence? Also in the mind. Yeah. Where is innovation, jugaad? Where are all these skills? In the mind. Yeah. But what do you know about the mind? क्या जानते हो आप अपने मन के बारे में? कितना कुछ जानते हो अपने मन के बारे में? When was the last time you were told on how to deal with the mind? So many years of school or college. Did you ever have a subject on mind management? Never. You learned physics, chemistry, biology, languages, social sciences, humanities, but you never learned, or coding and different languages of coding, but you never learned the language of the mind. Yeah. So the good news is, if you can make your mind your friend, life is set. The bad news is your mind can be your biggest enemy. Yeah, your mind can be your best friend or your biggest enemy. Agree? Yes or no? Yes, right? Now, the good news is there are some tendencies of the mind. मन के कुछ नियम है. अगर ये नियम हम समझ लें, like your coding language has a syntax, right? It has a nomenclature, some rules. You follow those rules, only then you can code. Every domain has certain rules, a syntax. The mind also has a syntax. The first rule of the mind is, okay, you know what? Instead of me talking about it, let's do this. Wherever you are right now, close your eyes for a few seconds, just for a few seconds. Yeah, stop chatting for a few seconds. आंखें बंद करो. अरे दोनों आंखें बंद करो भाई. एक आंख बंद करके क्या पॉइंट है? Close your eyes. Okay, right now, because all of you are such smart individuals, you can think about anything you want right now in your mind, but do not think about pizza. Definitely not with your favorite toppings. किसी भी चीज के बारे में सोच सकते हो. Just don't think about a pizza. Okay, open your eyes. What did you see? Yeah, now you can chat. What did you see? Pizza, isn't it? Why? Because I told you not to. Okay, so this you can write down on your books or whatever. Mind management rule 1. What you resist will persist. In the realm of the mind, मन का क्या नियम है? What you resist will persist. And जितना आप उसको जोर लगाओगे, नहीं सोचने का, मन उधर ही सोचेगा, वही सोचेगा. The mind is like a small child. आप एक छोटे बच्चे को बोलो, बेटा तुम इस कमरे में कुछ भी कर सकते हो, बस वो सॉकेट में अपना हाथ मत डालना. क्या करेगा बच्चा? जाके सबसे पहला काम वही करेगा, राइट? क्यों? क्योंकि तुमने मना किया ना, अब तो पक्का करेगा, राइट? If I tell you don't do this, your mind will, out of curiosity, push you there. Let's try it out. Let's try it out. Now, if you tell your mind, okay, I'm on a vacation. Let's not think about exams. Let's forget about exams for some time. Does it work? No. The mind will think about exams. Oh, let's not think about my ex-girlfriend. वो ही दिखेगी हर जगह, या दिखेगा boyfriend, ex-boyfriend हर जगह, right? So you can't deal with the mind from the level of the mind. Intellectually, you all understand. हम बहुत smart लोग हैं ना, at least हमें ऐसा लगता है. अभी भी कई लोग ये देख रहे हैं, इसमें भी आपको लग रहा होगा कि अरे इनको पता नहीं है मैं कौन हूं यार, मैं कोडिंग कॉम्पिटिशंस जीत चुका हूं, मैं अपनी क्लास में शाना हूं, इतनी सारी प्रपोजल्स मिल चुके हैं मेरे को, आई एम दिस, आई एम दैट, पता है मेरे इंस्टाग्राम पे कितने फॉलोअर्स हैं. यू माइट फील दैट you know it all, and intellectually you understand everything, right? हमको लगता है ये कई बार, till life slaps you hard enough and gives you an औकात check. जीवन करता है वो सब लोगों के साथ. जब लोग थोड़ा उड़ने लगते हैं ना, उनको लगता है अपन भाई है, आज भाई गाड़ी चलाएगा. So the life will automatically do an ego correction. Yeah, but wisdom is to learn ourselves. हाँ, हमें क्यों रुकना है, थप्पड़ खा के क्यों सीखना है? तो इंटेलेक्चुअली हमको ये बात समझ में आती है, मगर मन को आप इंटेलेक्चुअली नहीं समझा सकते. फॉर एग्जाम्पल, हाउ मेनी ऑफ यू हैड दिस एक्सपीरियंस? यू आर डूइंग समथिंग, आप कुछ कर रहे हो, यू वेरी वेल नो दिस इज नॉट गुड फॉर मी. आपको पता है मुझे ये नहीं करना चाहिए, आपको पता है ये बात, फिर भी आप करते रहते हो. आई एम श्योर यू हैड दिस एक्सपीरियंस. या यू आर डूइंग सब, आप 4 गुलाब जामुन खा चुके हो, 5वां खाने जा रहे हो. What is your brain screaming and telling you? Don't do it. मोटे लॉकडाउन में सिर्फ वायरस नहीं, खुद को भी फैलने से बचाएं. Yeah, but the mind will overrule all logic. Yeah, people who have issues with love and associated disorders have this experience, right? Logic आपको बता रहा है क्या करना चाहिए, मगर लॉजिक की कौन सुनता है? मन आपके लॉजिक को पीछे विंडो से बाहर फेंक देगा. In full awareness you will make mistakes, yeah, because you are using the wrong coding language for solving the wrong problem. The mind does not listen to the intellect always, right? So this is the first rule of the mind. Intellectually पता होने के बावजूद भी हम अपनी आदतें नहीं बदल पाते ना. फॉर एग्जाम्पल, यू टेल योर माइंड, देखो बॉस कल एग्जाम है, आज रात हो चुकी है, बैंड बजा हुआ है, अब तो पढ़ाई करनी पड़ेगी, आई हैव नो ब्लडी ऑप्शन, राइट? वो एग्जाम के एक रात पहले क्या क्या होता है ना, मन में पूरी पिक्चर बन सकती है इसके ऊपर. नाउ यू सिट टू स्टडी, ओके, नाउ बी ऑनेस्ट, आप 1 घंटा किताब खोल के बैठते हो, कितना देर पढ़ते हो? 1 hour you sit with your laptop to focus on a particular project. How long do you actually focus? You can chat and give me your answers. Yeah, 20 minutes, 30 minutes, 40 minutes at the top. Yes or no? Most people are somewhere between 15 to 20 minutes. ना? 20 मिनट आप पढ़ाई करते हो, बाकी 40 मिनट मन क्या करता है? पूरा वर्ल्ड टूर मार के आएगा. Yes or no? Yeah. So I think Rishabh is also going to join us shortly.
So hello everyone. I believe my voice is audible to audience. If my voice is audible to all of you, just give me a small Y or yes in comment section. So this side is
Yes,
Rishabh Jain, founder at Coding Club India. So just give
yeah,
a
Rishabh, we
small sign of okay, perfect. I hope everyone is there. Let's see how many colleges are there in the comment section. So we have Virat sir over here. So we have a lot of audience coming in from various different colleges across India, and that's a great sign that we all are here for one single aim, and we all gonna learn a lot of things over here. So I want to make sure that all of you have notepad and pen with you. So make sure
yeah,
once you are ready with your pen and paper, can you just comment ready? Just comment ready, OP. Okay, just
actually,
comment
Rishabh,
ready. Yes.
yeah, we will see their comments a little later.
Yeah, yeah.
So
I'm just sharing my screen. Yeah. Let's moving on. So I hope my screen is
no, no, I
visible.
think there's a slide. Okay, go ahead.
Perfect. So we have Virat Chidanya over here, speaker, motivator, meditator. And so Coding Club is a community which builds friendships, that changes life, lifts up when we are weak, and celebrates with us when we are strong. So to celebrate this time, we all have very warm welcome for Virat Chirania to give us a lot of good tips and tricks so that we can. So he is very great leader just because he has done a lot of contribution in various different sectors. As you can see, he has done masters in management, product manager at AT&T, which is a very great company you may have heard around technology, right? And he have been chief operating officer at Institute of Management and Foreign Studies also. And recently he had been working in Sri University. So we are discussing. So so Virat, I have one question with you. Like these days, like people have so many different frequencies around them. So how do we make sure that we are channelized toward one single focus? Because most of us all here are coders. So how should they prioritize their things so that they can manage their time itself? Yeah, over
Yeah,
to you.
so actually, before you join in, we were exactly discussing the same point. So I'm glad you
Yeah.
brought it up. So we were talking about focus. And if you sit with your books for 1 hour or with your laptop for 1 hour, all these people were sharing with me that they're able to focus only 20 minutes or 25 minutes. Rest of the time, the mind goes on a world tour. And I was telling them the different tendencies of the mind. So the second tendency of the mind is that the mind keeps going to all the places except being in the present moment. See, all of people, everybody out there wants to improve their concentration. Yeah.
Yes.
And for concentration to happen, the mind needs to be in the present moment. Even right now, as I'm talking to you, you are on YouTube, but maybe you have 5 other windows open. Maybe you are doing 50 other things, multitasking. Yeah. So obviously there are a lot of other factors which are pulling you away attention demand from different factors, and the mind will not remain in the present moment. Now, to keep the mind in the present moment, you can't tell the mind कि चलो अभी concentrate करते हैं, वैसा नहीं होता है. So, but
So
there is
basically,
one
my
thing.
question is basically we have seen a lot of time कि जब exam आते हैं, so like when you are 6 months away from your exam, you are not able to cover up even 20% of the book in 80% time. But as soon as just one day before, something magic happens and you are able to cover up whole 80% of the book
Yeah,
in just 20% of the time. So what exactly we should do so that we have that kind of focus and all?
yeah.
Like,
So that's what. So your mind has the ability to relax and focus at the same time. So like you said, 6 months before the exam, how is the mind? Very relaxed. But are you focused? No. And 1 hour before the exam, how's the state of the mind? Super focused. But are you relaxed? No. So generally हम जब relax होते हैं तो focus नहीं होते, focus होते हैं तो relax नहीं होते. मगर अगर हमें सच में कुछ बड़ा करना है तो हमें relaxed और focus एक साथ में कैसे करते हैं ये सीखना पड़ेगा. Because there are some moments in your life where big decisions will have to be made. And in those moments, you need to be relaxed and focused at the same time. Now, what keeps you in the present moment is your breath. Everybody right now is breathing,
okay,
but we are doing it unconsciously. So everybody out there has the power to learn technology, but unless you know the tool, you can't learn. Unless somebody teaches you कि अच्छा ये प्रोग्रामिंग लैंग्वेज के ये फंडे हैं या ये इंटरफेस के या ये आर्किटेक्चर के ऐसे करते हैं. So you need to learn the tool. So breath is the tool to get to the mind. The decoding, the चाबी, मन की जो चाबी है वो ब्रेथ में है. नाउ साउंड्स वेरी फनी कि अरे ब्रेथ में ऐसा क्या है, मैं तो इतने साल से सांस ले रहा हूं. सांस, देखो सांस बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट होती है लाइफ में, दोनों तरह की सांसें. हाँ. So on this workshop that we will soon introduce you, we teach you how to use breath as a tool to focus better.
okay.
Yeah, Rishabh.
So basically, how does so basically, from the student perspective, so many of, so how many of here of you have done any basic course or something like from art of living or any meditation exercises that you do on breath? Anyone here? Just you can comment small y or yes, or you can ask some questions on it, right? If you have some questions in the comment section. So basically what should be the technique exactly? You are saying that breath can help you out and all, and we have seen a lot of people saying do Anulom Vilom, and there are different so many techniques, Kumbhaka, and I have also read so many books.
Yeah.
There is some even I have read a lot of spiritual books like which are quite secretive books, not very open to anyone. So what kind of techniques like these guys can do, or so that they can achieve master over it? So is it
Yeah.
like a course to be done, or they can do it like themselves or something like that?
Yeah. So, just like if I want to learn programming very well, I'm sure you would advise me to go to an expert and learn from there. And then, of course, keep practicing on my own. And then I evolve on my own. So the same way, if you want to learn how to deal with the mind or how to use breath, I recommend a workshop called Mind Management Workshop, where just a few hours, so 2 hours every day for 4 days, so just 8 hours of our investment, we can teach you concrete techniques which you can then practice at your home, and the results then speak for themselves. So for example, I also used to feel as a college student, engineering student, कि यार ये सब सिर्फ बोलने की बातें हैं, इससे कुछ होता भी है क्या सच में? Till my friend forced me to go for a workshop, and I went there as a skeptic. But जब मैंने वो अनुभव किया ना, when I experienced the breath work and the meditation, then I realized that okay, this actually works. And the beauty is that you learn a concrete tool which takes about 15-20 minutes to practice every day, and you keep doing that, then you really see a control over the mind. See, one of the biggest problems, Rishabh, when I talk to young people, one of the biggest problems is overthinking. एक minute में दिमाग में is a flood of thoughts. Even right now, people who are watching us, I'm sure their mind is buzzing all over the place, right? So there is such a traffic jam of unnecessary thoughts in my mind that I'm not able to focus. So if I can remove that traffic jam, like in the lockdown, the streets are clear, it's so quick. So meditation or breath work is removing that traffic jam so that I'm more productive at whatever I'm doing.
Okay, that was quite basically. So basically, there are a lot of questions that we may be having from the audience it's as well. But I would like to add a very common question that everyone would be having over here. So like you told us like mind to control mind, like this is one of the technique that to control a breath. Is there are any more ways that you can do as a technique to, because I have heard about something like 112 techniques by Shiva in Vigyan Bhairav Tantra, or is it like something related to it or something that we can
हाँ,
do over here?
वो it's like if you are in third standard and I start teaching you advanced algebra, then you will feel कि ये सब बकवास है, इनको पता ही नहीं है क्या बोल रहे हैं, so it will actually backfire. So I feel
Okay.
that the starting point is very simple and yet a very powerful breathing technique that we teach. And then if you have an appetite for this, you are right, there are 112 techniques that Vigyan Bhairav talks about, and our scriptures are full of very very interesting techniques, and I have been lucky to learn many. But वो शुरुआत में a plus b the whole square पे अपन करते हैं, फिर आगे जाके अपन थोड़ा advanced चीजें देख सकते हैं. So I think right now for the community that is joining us, most of them would not probably have tried any form of meditation. So I invite you to start here and then carry on your own journey.
Okay. So next question I have for from the audience perspective is, how do we control emotions? I have seen a lot of times like कुछ छोटा ही चीज होती है और एकदम से लोग ओवर रिएक्ट कर देते हैं, और आजकल तो
Yeah.
सोशल मीडिया पे कोई जरा सा मुद्दा होता है और they just start commenting, and even you can see
Yeah.
this over here. There is nothing to do there. You may see so many spammers will be always there, and so
Yeah.
anything like people just start overreacting in any kind of situation. So how do we control our emotion in itself? So it's because
Yeah.
it's not that easy, because I have been also practicing a lot of time to have patience and calmness within myself. But I have seen कि यार बहुत सारे ऐसे सिनेरियोज आते हैं या फिर इंस्टेंस होते हैं कि you will feel like यार मैं ट्रस्ट कैसे कर सकता हूँ किसी पे. So there are so many, because humans are the most complex things ever on the earth. So how
Right.
do we control emotions exactly, because we are so much complex mechanisms on the earth, you can say,
Right.
right? Yeah.
Right.
So what
So
should we do
again, if
for
you
that?
look at emotions ना, बहुत interesting है. अगर हम emotions को देखें, for example, when I give my talks and I travel, one of the biggest emotion that people struggle to control is anger. ना, बहुत लोगों को बहुत फटाफट गुस्सा आता है, like आता माझी सटकली, फटाफट होता है उनका. तो now if you look at anger, see how is your breath when you are angry. Your breath pattern changes. The minute you get angry, your breath becomes short and fast. If you become sad, again your breath pattern changes. If you become happy and relaxed, when you're relaxed, you breathe in deeper. Acha, for the audience, here is a quiz. How do you breathe when you are scared? जब आपकी फट जाती है, आपको डर लगता है, जब तो आपका देखा आपने श्वास कैसे होता है? You actually don't breathe. When you're very scared, you hold your breath. Now, it is very interesting that all these years we've been living, we didn't notice this connection. Emotion and breath are very closely connected. So, if my emotion can change my breath, then logically, scientifically, the breath can also change the emotion. तो अगर हमें इमोशन कंट्रोल करना है, उसको हम डायरेक्टली नहीं कंट्रोल कर सकते, हमको इनडायरेक्टली जाना पड़ेगा. एंड दैट इनडायरेक्ट मेथड, द easiest and the most powerful method is the breath, provided we understand how to vary the breath and when to vary the breath. Also, second thing is, जितना हम स्ट्रेस्ड होते हैं ना, उतना हम रिएक्ट करते हैं. सी जब हम बच्चे थे तो हम इतना रिएक्ट नहीं करते थे, बट जैसे हम बड़े होते गए और हमारा स्ट्रेस एक्यूमुलेट होता गया, और हमको डी स्ट्रेस करना सिखाया नहीं कभी स्कूल में, कॉलेज में. इमोशनल मैनेजमेंट, माइंड मैनेजमेंट को छोड़ के सब सिखाते हैं, तो हमको कभी सिखाया नहीं कि डील कैसे करना है. तो हमारे रिएक्शन मैकेनिज्म सेट हो गया दिमाग में, उसको रीप्रोग्राम किया जा सकता है. एंड दैट इज व्हाई in a few minutes now we will tell you the workshops that we are offering. So reprogramming the patterns of the mind can give you control over your emotions.
So I hope there is a lot of audience over here. So we'll, in the meantime, in this next 5 minutes, we'll be going through some of the questions from the audience as well, because it's already like 30 minutes are already done. And we have free some of the giveaways also here, a lot of discounts and things. So that, because it's like a pandemic situation and everyone is looking for upgrading their skills, and
Yeah.
so we will have so many giveaways over here. So let me just
Yeah.
start with the giveaway from Jatin will be sharing this, right? Okay, Jatin, in the meantime, Jatin shares also something from Codem related workshop. I will also share something from here. So we have, we just, so is my screen is visible? I guess it's
Yeah.
visible.
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. So, so because a lot of people over here are from the coders background, right? So we have this situation that everyone is looking for getting into product based companies, and they are still facing in issues in data such as algorithm, not able to submit problems on the coding platforms. So are you also facing problems like not able to submit problems on the code chef, lead code, interview bit, or
Mhm.
not able to score much on online coding contests? There are so many online coding contests like Kickstart is there. There is ACM ICPC which happens every single year. There are so many coding contests which happens through which company hires, right? So how do we crack product based companies like this? So we have a single stop solution over here, which is called Coding Mafia, which can help you out. And we have some of the giveaway for all of you over here. And so you can just note down some of the things. So this has helped a lot of thousands of people across India. We have got so many stories across tier 2 and tier 3 colleges where people cracked Amazon, Microsoft, Flipkart, Adobe, and companies like Uber's, Goldman Sachs, Paytm, Urban Clap. So you can also crack these. So we have a journey over here, like so many people having the same fears that you might be having. Ki, "Yaar, main kaise crack kar sakta hu?" So this is something which is a journey of around 4 to 7 weeks of a journey in which you learn all the theories from beginning and all, and you get daily competition and all. And so basically in the end you will be having a lot of confidence in you and you will be able to ace your interviews. So we have the promo coupon code which you can note down, NBDMI, all in caps, and you can get directly 15% off. And coupon will be expiring soon. Just search on Google Coding Mafia. Okay, just search on Google Coding Mafia and apply this coupon code NVDMI. So
Great.
you can also note down this phone number in case, and you can just go back and check out this number. So Jatin, can you also share some of the free, some of the free giveaways, discounts or coupons for Codem courses, which is also there, which is coming soon for the audience over here? Do we have that poster?
We don't have it. We will. It'll be there in about in a few minutes from now.
Okay, perfect. So
So
I believe there is a link in the comment section as well. There is a link in the description as well. Maybe let me just check
yeah.
once more.
So
Yeah. So just
yeah.
check
So
out the link in the description. So Virat, can you just take over the this thing?
yeah. 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 So guys, we'll straight away jump to the amazing workshop that we have and offering for you. So I feel that we need to sharpen our domain skills and also mind management and meditation skills. So we have this amazing workshop uh, called CodeM. It's a certificate program, and it consists of 3 workshops. The first one is on mind management and meditation. The second one is a workshop on Scala programming. It's a very in thing right now, and I'm sure you would benefit if you learn a little bit about that. And the third one is a workshop on app development. So I'm sure everybody out there nowadays is keen on how to develop your own app. It's the in thing. So if you just log on to viratchidanya.com/code m, if you see the description of this YouTube event, you will see the website. There you will see that you can actually avail all these 3 workshops for a super discounted price. And this is because we're in the lockdown. We are offering you these 3 workshops, and you get a certificate of participation. So we invite all of you to check out this page. Again, in the description section, you'll find it, viratchidanya.com/code m. And we invite you to experience this, because no matter what I say or how much I say or Rishabh say right now, hearing is one thing, but experiencing is the real thing. है ना? तो आप इसको एक्सपीरियंस करेंगे तो आपको उसका पता पड़ेगा. I quickly want to invite Harsha, who works for Facebook. He is currently in the Silicon Valley right now, and he is with Facebook, and he did this workshop. So Harsha, in the interest of time, can you quickly share what benefits you got from learning mind management as a technical person?
Yeah, sure. So, I mean, I did the course a couple of years ago. My dad introduced me to it. So there have been like many benefits of the course, but I'll like just touch upon two of the most important benefits. First, I think, and this is like really important for engineers from a career point of view, and even otherwise in general for your life, is the ability to handle stress and uncertainty in like a balanced way. So before I did the course, my ability to handle stress and uncertainty was pretty bad. Like I would get stressed very easily. So for instance, if there was a deadline coming up and I had to debug an issue and I wasn't sure how long it would take, like that would be a very stressful thing for me. But after I did the course and I started practicing some of the techniques that are taught in the program, my mind became a lot more centered and still. And when I became calm, I was able to handle, whatever stressful situations and uncertain events were thrown at me with like ease and balance. The second area where I found a market improvement was in confidence and communication skills. And I think like Virat had just mentioned about this. It's extremely important to have good communication skills when you're working in the industry. And I knew before I did the course that I wasn't the most confident person. I wouldn't be sure of what to say when I was in groups. And I knew there was a lot of work that I needed to do. So I read many books, I saw YouTube videos, I did this workshop, that workshop, but nothing really worked. Nothing gave me sustainable results. And after doing the course, when I started practicing some of the techniques that were taught in the program regularly, I noticed that naturally my confidence and communication skills improved. And that is when I understood that the way to improve your confidence and communication skills is by just having a more calm, more relaxed and centered mind. When your mind is calm and centered, everything else falls in place. That was my personal experience with the course. So
Right.
yeah, and my communication skills improved, and I think that has helped me tremendously in my career. The difference in between a good engineer and a great engineer is communication skills. But the benefits, as I mentioned, they kind of go way beyond improving my career. So the course has substantially improved my life, and I hope you guys are able to take use of this opportunity too.
Right. Thank you so much, Harsha. So I'm just going to spend 5 minutes to kind of recap some of the mind management stuff we learned. So the first thing that we learned today was in your mind, whatever you resist will persist. So don't go on this trip of, oh, I'm not going to think negative, because more negative thoughts will come, right? Second, you can't intellectually deal with the mind. So you have to go via an indirect route. Yeah. And that indirect route is through the breath. So one request I have from all of you, you are typing that what one tool that I can teach you is, before you go to bed every night, take about 20 deep breaths. Yeah. Another thing is quality of sleep, right? A lot of us are not sleeping well enough, deep enough. So 20 deep breaths before you sleep. And every time you feel that the mind is drifting away, you are thinking unnecessary thoughts, you're not able to focus, or anger is coming up, you don't know how to deal with it, take about 10 deep breaths. Yeah. If you can learn meditation, if you can learn breath work, then that will really give you a concrete tool on how to deal with the mind. Third is the impact of food and the impact of company that is there on the mind. Do not underestimate this. The power of what you eat. तो हिंदी में बोलते हैं जैसा अन्न वैसा मन. So the kind of people you hang out with and the kind of food you eat also has a strong impact on the mind, right? So, in a very nutshell, this is what is there. But if you really want to get into the details and experience, then we invite you for the workshop. The details are there. Thank you so much for joining us. Rishabh, I'm sure you have some questions or last remarks. We have 10 more minutes to go. Okay, I think Rishabh is going to join us back. So if you guys have any questions, okay, Rishabh is here.
Okay, so can we have one more question over from the audience as well? Let's take one more question. Whichever question is like best of all of us, we will just take one more.
Yeah.
Okay. So in the meantime, thank you so much, Virat, for giving so much insights. And I will gonna surely try this 20 deep breath technique. And I hope these all 374 people who are watching it live right now will be trying it out, and if they really think that this is working out in some of the days, then you can just check out the full workshop as well, which is already there in the description panel. You can just click on the link, and you can also check out for Coding Mafia for cracking product based companies. So we have one more question. So how do we recover from breakup? This is a
अरे
this is
अरे
a
अरे अरे
personal
अरे, ये
question.
तो तुमने भाई मतलब कई लोगों की दुखती नस पे हाथ रख दिया.
So
Again,
this
see
is
what
a
happens in a
great
breakup.
question. Yeah.
What happens in a breakup? Your mind is stuck in the past, isn't it? See how the mind functions. The mind will take you to the past or to the future. And when you're constantly stuck in the past, you can't function. But the nature of life is to move ahead, isn't it? So if you train the mind to be more in the present moment, then only you can overcome this. Otherwise, you'll keep thinking of the past. And then what kind of emotions come up? मेरे साथ ऐसा क्यों हुआ? मेरे साथ नहीं होना चाहता. मैं ही पनौती हूँ. It doesn't work out with me only. Maybe I'm never going to find love. All these emotions. Or in the future, what will happen in the future? Will we come back together again? There is still that hope. So the trick is to keep the mind in the present moment and keep the mind busy with constructive things, with positive things. Yeah. Otherwise, you will keep struggling. And second thing is give it some time. Some solutions come with time. You can't hurry up that process. But while you're going through that breakup, what will really help is if you understand how to manage your thoughts and not let the mind go in the past and analyze it, or go in the future and get scared about it. And again, that's something that'll come with practice and with learning. So yeah.
So as a
Can,
summarization, I believe what Virat is trying to say is the back to having more patience with time, and secondly, like channelizing, instead of having so many things that you are doing, just focusing on your aim or dream, whatever you are trying to do achieve, or in your professional life or whatever, so that you can channelize your thoughts instead of going toward your breakup and all, and you can channelize all your energy going in a certain direction where you can focus on your maybe professional career or something on your own. There are so many tools out there, right? These time you can start your own startup ventures. You can just take out so many different things online. So there are so many things that you can do. You can start learning music and all. So basically it's more about having patience and working your thoughts
yep.
in just one single direction. So I
Yep.
hope
And
everybody, yeah, you can
no,
you
and
can add.
just know that there are two ways to look at life. It can be half empty. The glass can be half empty or half full. So even in the lockdown, there are some people who are feeling anxious and depressed, and suicide has picked up. Or there are some people who are seeing how can I use this opportunity of the lockdown to upskill myself. So if you look at it from a positive point of view, there is always कुछ तो उसमें अच्छा हम देख सकते हैं. हमारे नजरिए के ऊपर है. तो अभी लॉकडाउन आप घर पे बैठे हैं, great opportunity for you to learn new things, learn new skills. So make sure that you keep learning, especially as students, and not just programming, but anything else that eventually will add value to your life. Yeah? So वो स्टूडेंट बने रहो, सीखते रहोगे ना, तो फिर लाइफ पॉजिटिव ट्रैजेक्टरी पे चलेगा. So I think with that, I would like to conclude. Rishabh, thank you so much
So
for
yeah,
inviting us, and lots of support and prayers and blessings to your great initiative on the coders and the coding mafia. May God give you a lot of success, and we
so
hope
I
all
hope
the listeners.
everyone, yeah, I hope everyone here enjoyed it a lot and must have noted down at least 2-3 points that they will be manifesting within coming next days, and they will be trying out these techniques, and which will be surely going to help them out to have a successful career, and whether with a better focus toward their aims and dreams, so that they can manifest in a best possible way. So thank you so much,
So
everyone
there
here.
is,
We will be having, yeah,
yeah,
you want to add
there is one
something?
question about who will be teaching the workshop. So Scala workshop will be taught by somebody who's an expert on Scala, has written books on Scala, and app development again will be taught by a serial app developer, and has helped many big companies to develop apps. So these are very hands-on people, and I will be teaching the mind management and the meditation workshop. So if you want more information, again, you can log on to the web page viratchidanya.com/codem, and we'll also send you some information through your WhatsApp groups or through Rishabh's network. Thank you again.
So thank you, audience over here, for being very patient and listening to us. And I hope you all will be adding something great values in your life and doing a lot of things which are beneficial for all of you. So thank you everyone for being here. We will be meeting soon in next coming sessions for from. So we have the poster over here. Justin just shared it. You can just check out this one over here.
Yeah.
So there is a number for query related to enroll it, which is happening. I guess there are multiple slots in which you can enroll for Code the Mind, Code M Course certification program, which is taken by Sir Virat Chidanya, and you can cover up everything from mind management till app development in Scala. Both of each of these three things are covered. So you can just check out via link given, and you can have your queries on the given mobile numbers. So thank you so much for everyone here. And we have also shared the coding mafia thing. You can just search coding mafia on Google, and so that you can crack product based companies. And we'll be meeting soon in next coming sessions. We'll be having more sessions on Thursdays at 8 p.m. sharp. So goodbye everyone. Keep coding, learn Spagro. We'll be meeting soon in next coming sessions. Keep coding, learn Spagro. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Stay safe. Stay happy.